My name is Akiva Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan, and today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public. So please subscribe to our channel. Today I want to talk about the relationship between domestic violence and supervised parenting time. A lot of times marriages or relationships will break up because one of the parties to the relationship is very abusive. Could be physically abusive, could be verbally abusive, could be somebody's a screamer and they throw things around the house, whatever it is, the relationship breaks up. The question becomes though, can that level of abuse be utilized to force upon the other person, the parent, supervised parenting time? You know what supervised parenting time is? It doesn't mean you pick up your kid and you go wherever you go and then you come back in 5 hours. Supervised parenting time requires you to be in the presence of someone that is pre-selected. It could be a parent, it could be a relative, it could be some social worker, and that the parenting time might have to take place at some predetermined location. So it's really a very heavy burden to impose upon the other parent. The question really becomes, can you use the fact of an abusive relationship to impose supervised parenting time on the other parent? And the question is, you can try, but really the question for the court is, you can try to do it, but is it appropriate given the nature of the abuse? So let me tell you what I mean. If you've been the victim of domestic violence by your definition, but it has never involved the child, it has never been in the presence of the child, it's just the two of you don't get along and there was tussling and shoving or whatever, you may find it challenging to prove to the court that the parenting time should be supervised. If there was domestic violence in the presence of the child and there's a genuine fear that the child could become a victim of domestic violence, I get it, and so will the court. But the fact that you guys have shouting matches every now and then, that's not going to cut it. More likely than not, the court's going to say, look, the main thing we want to do is take the stressors out of the relationship. You yell at him because you can't stand him. Well, now you're separated. It should be peace. There's no reason to say now you've got to have supervised visitation because you're yelling at him. The court's not going to see it that way. The court is not going to paint the supervision with broad strokes. The court is going to take a very small detailed brush and look at every little detail to see what's fair and what makes sense. You can come up there and say, well, he's abusive because he curses and he does this. And then the question is going to be, yeah? When did he last do that in the presence of the child? Oh, well, child's always in a different room, or child's always asleep, or he does this when the child's staying at grandma's. That's when he goes after me like this. Well, the court's going to say, all right, I get it. That's why the two of you are separating. But to separate him from his child because the two of you have a problem, the court is not likely to do that without some compelling evidence to suggest that the problem that you have may trickle down to a risk to the child. If you have any questions about that, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.